Hi there, I'm Megan Montero with Montero Healing Arts, and today I'm going to talk about decluttering and tidying and what the difference is between the two and how they feed off of each other. So clutter is anything that's unloved, unused, and unorganized. And it can even be things that you love and find useful if they don't fit in your space. Because a space can only hold so many things before the energy gets blocked or stagnant. So decluttering is removing those things that no longer have a positive purpose in your life. They're no longer useful. They no longer spark joy. Maybe they remind you of times in your past that were difficult and you're trying to move on from. Then tidying is something different. Tidying is that, or at least the way that I'm defining these two separate actions. It's the day-to-day maintenance, how we take care of our daily life. So washing the dishes and putting them away, making the bed, doing your laundry and then putting the laundry away, putting the groceries away, putting things that you've purchased where they belong, or putting your papers away, clearing off your desk after you've worked on a big project. So that's tidying. And of course, cleaning, any kind of cleaning is a form of tidying. So these two things work together and they feed off of each other. So if you have a lot of clutter, if the space has more in it than it can handle and you haven't pulled out those unloved, unuseful, worn out things, then it just makes that daily life maintenance more difficult. It will make it take longer. You may find more resistance to doing it. It'll just be more stressful and overwhelming because you have more things that you have to work around. Likewise, when you don't keep up on just the basics of daily maintenance, like washing the dishes, putting them away, the laundry, the bed, the papers, those kinds of things, then that's when clutter can start accumulate. Because as soon as we stop doing those daily routines, it can produce feelings of overwhelm and stress. It'll make us a little bit scattered and makes it a little bit harder to decide what to do, how to function in the space, where to put things. And so that's one of the reasons that clutter accumulates is neglecting that day-to-day life maintenance. So the good news is when you do a deep decluttering, removing those unloved, unused things from your environment, those things that no longer serve a positive purpose in your life, then it's going to be a lot easier to do the day-to-day maintenance, the tidying. But I do recommend that, that's also one way to, if you've done a deep decluttering, which I highly recommend, then I do recommend that you work on that routine of, if that's something that's challenging for you, to work on that routine of keeping up on the maintenance. Otherwise, that's how clutter can start accumulating again. Now, I've noticed for myself, I am a very creative person and I can kind of be like a whirling dervish in my environment. I don't always put things away after I've worked on a project, but I'm highly sensitive to space, and I've noticed that I can get easily and quickly overwhelmed and feel stressed if I don't put things away. So I've just learned, I wouldn't say that it's natural for me to have that habit of taking care of those things, but I've had to learn that I just do a lot better if I do that. So I've learned how to create that habit. And you'll actually find that with tidying, it usually takes a lot less time than we tend to envision that it's going to take. Sometimes it feels like, oh my gosh, it's such a big project, it's going to take forever. But if you just start with that one step, you just think of that one thing that you can do, it's going to snowball in a positive spiral. It'll give you energy and it'll make it easier to go to the next step. So I hope that was helpful, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can hit the button below and feel free to share it with your friends. And if you'd like to learn more about feng shui, you can sign up on my website, monterohealingarts.com, for my free guide, how to get started with feng shui. It's called Balance Begins at Home. So thanks so much for listening, and take good care of yourself.